I ever tell you about my empire? When I was 15, I was with my buddy and we found a thread in some game forum. A guy bought Piss for a drug test at work from a guy who, unknown to him, was also a drug user. It triggered an investigation and he got fired. The other dude eventually got arrested for running away from the cops or something. Anyway, my friend Matt, who we'll call Mikey to protect his identity, was all over the place, laughing like crazy when we were reading this. I said, imagine if this was your full-time job. And he was like, telling stories online? And I said, yeah. And we were not on the same page at all. On my way home that night, I found a wallet in the street. Now, having been raised by Catholics, I knew better than to just pass up on a sign from God himself. I took the $50 out of the wallet, and I walked back up the street to the convenience store where I bought myself one of those prepaid gift cards, the kind you can use online. When I got home, I got right to work. I logged into my Steam account and I bought myself Counter-Strike. And then I searched online for I want a website. I wound up on the landing page of, we'll say yesmommy.com, if you know what I mean. I knew there would be some overhead, and I figured that maybe $30 would cover it. I opted out of domain privacy, and the phrasing of the legalese under the bottom made it sound like if I made a fake address, I'd get my shit pushed in by some internet police. Set the address to this kid Josh's house instead. Fuck him. There was also a promotion for a year of hosting. It cost $25. Hell yeah. petespiss.biz was live. Years of training on MySpace had given me the ability to create some kind of basic web page. Threw together some table-based website because it was 2007 and I was raw as fuck. Next, I put my website onto an anonymous image board. You know the one. I had 50 emails the next morning. At school, it was all I could think about. I didn't pay attention to anything. I just doodled logos in my notebook and thought of cool email response templates, the kind you'd see from a real company. I thought about what I would have to do to make this work. Do people have specific piss? Is there DNA in piss? Does diet affect your piss? I wondered if maybe people should be able to request custom piss. Perhaps if you drank a lot of Gatorade, then I'd drink a lot of Gatorade for your order. Josh did not make an appearance at school that day. Afterwards, I went with my mom to return the guy's wallet. I said I found it with no money in it, and I emptied my pockets to show him. My mom was hella proud of me, and she offered to buy the new game that I had already bought. I panicked and I said doing the right thing was its own reward, and she fucking cried. She made my dad buy a cake on the way home after dinner. I went right upstairs. I was a hero. My inbox was near 80 now. After 2 hours, I managed to sift through them all, and I got pretty good at noticing patterns and deciding that I didn't like how an email was written and discarding it anyway. Sick. When I was done, I had 20 supposedly real clients. I tried to crack my knuckles like they do on TV, and I couldn't figure it out. It just hurt. I sent out my custom piss questionnaire that I thought up at school, and I attached my cool response template. There's no way they'd be able to tell that I wasn't a robot, never mind 15 years old. When I finished typing, it was 11 p.m. I had 5 more emails. I'd get to them in the morning. Homework get fucked. I read 1 or 2 emails when I woke up. The second one I read put me in a panic until I left for school. The guy asks, "Do you take checks?" What the fuck even is a check? So at school, I cleverly asked a group of people how they think small businesses make money online. I steered the conversation away from sensical, and I tried to make it more edge case or strange. Someone had hypothesized that maybe they'd use a money transfer through one of those shady counters at a convenience store. Got it. I went to the nearest corner store with barred windows and I made my contact. After some pussyfooting around, I struck a deal. He'd help me out with everything I needed, and he wouldn't ask a damn thing. All I had to do was bring him weed. I went to a public school. Piece of cake. I locked down a dealer in the park outside of school, and I tell him that I'm going to be steady and that he should expect me every Friday. He seemed stoked, and we traded instant messenger info. Day 2 came to a close. I returned home and insisted my stomach was majorly upset. I choked back the most awful medicine, and I retreated to my room. I caught up a new email and replied to the old ones. Some internet searches revealed to me that maybe I could use some office software to organize everything in a spreadsheet. I stole my dad's CDs and installed it on my computer, and that's exactly what I did. I sorted rows and I made a schedule. I emailed everybody back and I told them how to pay and when they'd get them. By the end of the week, I spent $50 on different drinks, foods, whatever. I got my contact at the corner store to buy me a pack of cigarettes for one of the orders. I had only one and I threw up. Damn it. I implemented my first company policy and I blocked anybody who included cigarettes in the custom order. I added alcohol later too, because the first beer I tried cost $4 for a 6-pack, if you can only imagine. I kept this up for 3 months. I would mail the piss in a jar, express delivery, after they wired me the money. I would make a thread and then I'd get maybe 50 hits on average. Sometimes half of them were real. When I ran out of clients, I made another thread. I never got any repeats. I had a shoebox in my closet full of money. I counted about $5,000 in it at one point near the end. I heard from a friend one day that Josh's house got raided by the police for running an illegal business. I deleted my email address that day in the library in school. Kept the money in my shoebox until I got my first job, where I slowly funneled it into a bank account alongside direct deposits. For a long time I had a sinking feeling in my chest that maybe I'd be found out, but here I am now, exactly one statute of limitations later, telling you what went down.